Conscious Gearheads, it's your girl Charlotte, and I thought I would chime in on this hybrid shoe discussion that's trending right now because I have some insight that I like to share about my experience. So when I first started running, I was using Hoka's. Yes, I was almost 400 pounds, so I needed cushion, lots of cushion. And at that time, particularly in 2013, 2014, Hoka really was targeted towards heavier runners, or like it was like a rehabilitation shoe. There's so much light in my glasses. Maybe I'll take them off for a minute. Okay. Anyways, so I ended up wearing Hoka's, but then as I continued to run and as my weight dropped and dropped and dropped, I noticed that wearing Hoka's, it was too much cushion. And particularly when I started doing trail running and doing long distance running, because I was noticing that a couple of different things, that the cushion was too much because I felt like a lot of shoes, I bought shoes designed for ankle stability, right? But it didn't always do the ankle stability right. And so I was like, I gotta figure out another shoe. And then it kind of was by accident. I was out on the trail and I was sick and tired of my shoes and I took them off. And I only had like maybe a couple miles to go. So I just started running in barefoot. And I just wanted to see what would happen. You know what I mean? And actually nothing really happened. And as a matter of fact, at the end of that run, I noticed I kind of liked it. That I was more connected to the ground. And so there was I was connected to the ground. It was more stability for me because I feel like my biomechanics was working better. I don't know. But anyways, it felt good. It felt fine. And then I started Google searching like flat, because I have big flat feet. And so I was like, maybe there's a shoe for us big flat footed people. And then I came across Altra. And those are shoes that I first tried out, and I still wear Altra. I still wear Altra. And I wear a lot of Altras, particularly during longer races, and I do train sometimes in them every now and then, but now I use a more minimalist shoe. And so the first one I stumbled on, because I stumbled on a YouTube video, was Xero, the brand Xero. And I think this one is designed for trail running. Might be an older model. I just grabbed the shoe. I got so many, I'm not going to even talk about it. Anyways, so I started with Xero, and it was good. First of all, well, because first thing that happened to me on the trail that first day when I ran barefooted was that sometimes I would kind of step on stuff and it would kind of stick into my foot, and it was weird. But I noticed, like, when I would get on terrain where it was like really uneven, that my foot had this natural capacity and ability to balance me. And I was like, oh, okay, I see you. And then when I did a research, I said, it's just biomechanics, right? Your body will adjust to whatever the circumstances are. I walk on my feet all day. I guess it just makes sense that I should be able to run on my feet for a distance, right? So then I said, well, I want a shoe, right? So I can have some of this, just a little material at the bottom to protect me against, like, it was muddy out. Like that day was sunny. Luckily there was no mud. Still a lot of stuff in the trails. I could have probably gotten poked or something like that, but I didn't. So I think I was supposed to have that experience so I would discover something new about myself. And so I started out with Xero, and I really love it. And so then what happens is I stumbled onto it. You're like, Charlotte, what's this about hybrid? Good. Can you get to the point? Because you're burying the lead, Charlotte. I say all that to say that I end up stumbling onto the fact that this became a wonderful shoe for me to wear when I went on my training runs, and when I go on my races. I wear the shoe when I race, but also when I work out. And that was cool. Because being in those thick-soled shoes when you're like doing high intensity interval training or CrossFit training. Oh, I don't know. Again, it was like, I would just be like, the stability just wasn't there. And I specifically bought expensive shoes that said they had ankle stability. But I think when you're in a bigger body, that stuff don't necessarily work. You know what I mean? Those shoes aren't designed to have, those features haven't been developed in such a way to know for sure that it's going to work for us in bigger bodies. So anyways, I say all that to say that, yeah, you can buy them, and yeah, the so-called has that feature, but it might not work for us bigger body folk. But I did find that like using this shoe was a good hybrid for me. I could wear it all the time, and I love how flexible it is. I think there's a misnomer about us bigger folks wearing flat shoes. We got flat feet. Why can't we wear flat shoes? But it really does work. I will say this. When you're first starting out, this may be true for you, because I know some people that this is true for. This wasn't true for me, so I don't know. It could be because I had been running for a long time. My body was adapted easier to a different kind of shoe, because I had already been switching out shoes anyway, so it was just ready. It was okay. I didn't have any issues. But I would say this. Let's say you start out with this shoe and you're having issues. Your ankles hurt, your knees hurt, your thighs hurt, your lower back hurt. I would say, then stop wearing it. Now, I'm not gonna say to stop wearing it forever, but what I would do is what I would call a gradual come up in terms of wearing these. So I would do this. I would wear them around the house for 10 or 15 minutes a day. And then wearing around the house for 20 to 30 minutes a day, and see if the pain subsides. Because a lot of times what happens with working out, I'm gonna tell you this is true. I knew this from the very beginning. A lot of times when we start working out and we start changing stuff will hurt. Why? Because your body's like, oh, why are you trying to switch up things on me? You know, the same way we humans don't like to change, our human bodies don't like to change either. So we got to give them some help and support and nurturing and patience. So I would say just start out with 5'10". Now, the other shoe that I wear, other hybrid shoe I wear, is this one. I wear my Vibram. I don't know. Now, I have about 10 pairs of these shoes, and I love them. And I love them for this reason, y'all, primarily. And the reason why I love wearing them as a hybrid shoe, for those of you considering a hybrid shoe, is that it does splay my toes. Because my toes have a tendency, I don't know about y'all's, Shashar's toes, the big toe particularly will sometimes kind of come on top of the second toe and the third, and it'll be like a little, and this used to cause me issues, particularly in long races. I had gotten to the point where I would wear my shoes, right, whatever shoes I was wearing, and I would put on these little silicone, rubbery things on. You buy them in like the pharmacy department, and it's like a cushion. And so I put the cushion between my toes, right, so they wouldn't splay. Because it was like I never liked that. And then I would have blisters. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. When you're running, people don't realize how important your goddamn toes are. You fuck up your toes, you can't run. Yeah, there is something very integral and important to your toes to running. And when you mess up one of your toes, whether it's your baby toe or your big toe, honey, child, you would have thought that the toes were the whole bone of your whole foot and leg. But anyways, I love wearing these because they splay your feet. Yeah, and so that just kind of cuts down on my feet rubbing together, my toes rubbing together, because they do. My toes do rub it together. And they're called Vibram. I am going to, y'all, I have so many of these. You need to go to these people's websites and check it out. Try them out. This is how I roll. Like if I'm going to try a new shoe, I usually go to Running Warehouse, right? And I see what's on sale. And then, like, if I want to try a shoe like this or a shoe like this, I'll buy the sale one first. Try it out. See, you know what I mean? Because these shoes are pretty penny. Yeah. They cost coins, lots of coins. I meant, anyways. Or at eBay, Xero Trading. Keep your eyes on Xero Trading, Running Warehouse, eBay, and see what's on sale. and then catch your sales. And that way you can try it out, and that way you're not spending a lot of money on it. And that way, if it doesn't work, you didn't really invest that much money into it. And then see how it goes. And then once you try it out and you like it and you work it, then you'll start going into the stores and you'll start, going to these companies, and you'll find the specific shoe that you want for you, depending on your needs. So I'm gonna say this in closing. Look, when it comes to a hybrid shoe, this is just my opinion for bigger body folk. And that's what this video is for. Number one, you got to understand what hybrid means to you. What are the activities that you're trying to use your shoe for? What are the multiple activities that you want to use your shoe for, right? Okay, so let's say for me, it's like CrossFit, high intensity interval, running. That's what I want to use this shoe for. Cool. Now, those two things kind of need different things. So you got to kind of go back to these activities and say to yourself, what do I need in a shoe? And for me, I just need a stability. Straight up. I just need them. I didn't want my ankle rolling. I don't want to feel like I'm off balance. I want my shoe to fit snug, yet not tight. And I want my toes to be able to splay, because your girl got big toes, flat feet, and I got a big foot. Like, I wear a size 10 men. And so understanding all that will help you when you start to look at the features for these different branded shoes, whatever the case may be. Then you can figure out, like, is this the hybrid shoe for me? And the last thing I'm going to say is this: as somebody in a bigger body, yes, you can go to a minimalist shoe. Yes, you can, boo-boo. And you might, I know other bigger body folks, those of us that wear minimalist shoes, there is something about us being closer to the ground that it just works better for us. And I think it may be just height and weight and, and again, as I mentioned before, I just feel like my biomechanics started working better. It was almost like my body was almost designed for me to be running barefooted or with minimalist shoes. And that was an interesting discovery. I loved it. In fact, I loved it. But yeah, fam. So today I just thought I'd put my 2 cents in about the whole hybrid shoe situation that's trending, and give you guys some little bit of insight, and just know as bigger body folk that you have options. Yeah. And nowadays everybody's making wide shoes, so you don't have to worry about that. But the thing I will say is, just because it's wide doesn't mean that what I call the toe space area is wide. It still could be very narrow. And in those cases, I can't even still wear those shoes. But again, one, know what activities are you using the shoes for that you want to, what you want your hybrid shoe, where you want to wear your hybrid shoe. 2, what is it that you need in that shoe during those activities, right? And 3, as a bigger body person, understand that your assessment and your outcomes may be different than your little skinny workout buddy friends. Don't listen to them, because they don't know nothing about being no bigger body. No, they don't. They may think they know, but they don't. So listen to your girl. I know. I've been doing this. Next year. It's been 10 years, y'all. Anyways, wow. 2014. Ooh, it's 20. Ooh. Okay. So anyways, I hope this has been helpful. I would love to hear your feedback. Tell me if you tried Xero or Vibram. Let me know how it goes. Tell me where the sales are, because your girl always looking for a discount. And then also tell me how it goes. I would love to hear from you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Take good care of yourselves. Peace.